Hello, everyone. Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. My name is Simon. I do a daily Bitcoin price action analysis. Happy Saturday to you all. I hope you're enjoying your weekend, having fun. It's a bit of a rainy day here in Wales, so more indoor fun than out. Sorry it's a late video, but I had some life stuff to do, hence why it's many hours later than I would normally record. And lo and behold, the range break that I'd been talking about for a little while has occurred before I could record the video. But that's okay because, Bitcoin does what it wants. It waits for no man, as they might say, or woman, or dog, or cat. I don't like cats, or fish, or whatever, any being. And so, something a bit more interesting to talk about. Before I get into it, I just want to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. Okay, I managed to get all that out in a minute, so that's good. Right, so you can see this is basically the same chart as I've been showing since the middle of the week, which was Wednesday the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's. If you didn't enjoy my thumbnail for Valentine's Day, then just look back and have a look. It's my beautiful collie dog called Millie, with a load of hearts around her face and roses. So these are support lines. One of them is now resistance. Have been around for a while. There's the weekly, daily, 4 hour, and then I had an upper range which I'd labeled the hour and 15 minute. Now, zooming down, this was the support line, which you can see was broken. And what's going to happen next is the question on all of our minds. Well, I don't know, but what I can do is have a plan for my trading into the future, and I will share that with you now. I'm not suggesting you follow my plan because this is my plan and it only works in my mind, and it probably won't work for anyone else. But you might see there's some logic to it, and then maybe you can come up with your own plan. So I'm going to stop saying the word plan and carry on. This is my 4 hour support because price is still above it. This is now my hour, 15-minute lower time frame resistance line. It's in exactly the same position as when the price was above and it was support. Therefore, what I can say is the price is now in between the two. And if I take a little measuring tool and take that gap between those two lines, as you can see, the midpoint is where I've put on a little dotted line. So that's basically the mid-range. And by no coincidence, or maybe it is by coincidence, I don't know, you can judge. It looks like that's where the price has decided to have a little pause in its downside and contemplate life and all that the future has to offer. It also looks like it's had a little bouncy bounce and has not yet got through this resistance, which was support, to get back into the higher range and then paint a different picture. So for now, the way I read this is a break of a support line, which is now resistance, with what effectively is a retest, as long as that resistance holds, and likely more downside. But I would be taking profits because it's a lower time frame move. If the price does turn down, then I would be taking profits back down here and then seeing where it goes from there. Now, it's a Saturday, so weekend price action doesn't tend to be too dramatic, although this range break did occur today. So part of me thinks maybe it's going to range around here for a while, but I don't know. That is a pure guess. However, because I've got a plan, I'm happy to stick with that plan and then implement it. What does it mean for the higher time frames? Nothing. And when I say higher time frames, I mean, look where the weekly support is. It's way down here, 44,000. Some people argue that's not what a weekly support is, but until this week is closed, which is going to, in, what are we on now? 5:30. So it's going to close in about 30 hours from where I am in the UK. Until the weekly is closed, this is still the weekly support. And the daily support's up here. You could argue it's a bit further up, but I just like to spread them out and look better. What I would say about the higher time frames is they're still in a very, very obvious uptrend. And even really, personally, the danger area for Bitcoin with regards to serious pullbacks rather than lower time frame pullbacks, which is all that's occurred so far, is a band between 44 and 47,000. Higher time frame, 4-hour daily closures within this area, and you start to think, the pullback's coming, and my target is down to, into the mid 30s. But again, that's not relevant at the moment because it's likely way too far in the future, unless all hell breaks loose while I'm recording this video, which I don't think it will. And so for now, and obviously this depends on your time frame, I like to trade every day. So thinking about such matters, to me, is almost irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. And what does matter is what is going on with the lower time frames. And that's why you see me a lot on a 15-minute chart, because there's enough information for me to see the 3 most important rules of trading. And if you're still listening to me, nearly 7 minutes in here, then you're going to enjoy this. The 3 most important rules of trading. You can have as many rules as you want, but the 3 most important are: the trend is your friend, and in this case, it's up. Second one, do it this way. So trend is your friend. Never long resistance. Third one, never short support. If you live your trading life by those 3 rules, you probably won't go too far wrong. Which is why, those 3 rules effectively is what you can see in this chart. The trend is up on all but the lower time frames. These are support resistance lines. So what you don't do is wait for the price to get up to here and then long. Well, not on the lower time frames anyway, because you'd be long in resistance. You wait for the price to break out, and then if you're lucky, you'll have a nice pullback to what is now the support, and then you long the support. And the same goes for, say, down here on my 4-hour supportive line of randomness. If the price gets down to here, at that point, I won't be shorting it. I might even be thinking about longing it, but depending on what the low time frame price action looks like. And so right now, for me personally, and please don't do what I tell you, because copycat trading is a disaster. You shouldn't do it. But for me, this is an area to short, not long, because it's up against resistance. So remember those 3 rules. Trend is your friend. So I'm talking about short-term trend when I'm shorting this area, because the short-term trend is down. So trend is your friend. Never long resistance, and never short support. If you do that, and you've got some logical lines on the chart, you won't go far wrong. Okay, that's 9 minutes. I can't believe we're rabbiting on for so long. Let's see what happens between now and tomorrow, which actually isn't that long. And anyway, enjoy your Saturday evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow.